What's up, everybody? Who's ready for a beer? I think I'm ready. I think I am ready. Hopefully we're keeping our fingers crossed with this one, because last time I did a fruited sour from this brewery, you guys remember the outcome. So, keeping the fingers crossed. I got a towel ready. I got towels ready, just because I'm not going to risk it, because you never know. You never know if a situation happens to where something like that's going to happen again. So, with this one, I think moving forward, whenever I do a fruited sour from these guys, I'm just going to take the right precautions, because it's happened once and it could possibly happen again. So, we'll just see. What's up, Kentucky? How you doing, man? Happy Friday. I'm excited. Hopefully this one's going to be good. I'm hoping it is. But we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah. Nothing beats a nice Friday beer, I guess. So we'll see how this one is. If it lives up to Friday, that's a beer that's going to be good for a Friday. So, looks like it's 4 o'clock. So why don't we do this? Boom! What is up, everybody? Happy Friday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. Today we got another like fruited sour going for you guys today. Just because I have so many, I wanted to get them in the rotation as much as possible, so I can kind of just keep the variety going that happens every single day. But yeah, today we're going to be looking at another one from Junkyard Brewing Co. Because today, some super slush Guava Passionfruit is in rotation today. A little 6.4%er. And yeah, look at that. Doesn't that just remind you of the 90s? I don't know. Because I remember that dog seeing that dog on like the side of a little convenience store that used to be right down the street from me, where I always used to walk down and get slushies when I was a kid. So that's kind of cool that has that like old 90s feel to that can art. I'm just going to say that first of all. But if you don't know about Junkyard Brewing by now, I've talked about them plenty of times. They're out of Moorhead, Minnesota. Pretty popular around like the Minneapolis, St. Paul area. But they have all kinds of different varieties of beer when it comes to stouts, IPAs, a lot of experimental fruited sours. So I'm excited for this one. I'm just hoping I have a good experience with this fruited sour instead of how it was with the last one, to where it was good, but the whole thing with the can kind of overflowing on me kind of just made it an overall shitty experience. But yeah, so why don't we get into this guy already, because I'm thirsty and I want a beer. So wish me luck, everybody. I already gave it a couple taps, but let's see. And look at that. This one is in the clear. Boom. Look at that. So no, let's see what we're getting on the smell of this guy. Oh yeah. Just by the smell, I already know this is going to be a tart one. Because that guava gives that like nice kind of a funk of a guava smell. The passion fruit is giving there like a slight sweetness, but mostly a very tart like kind of guava on there that's giving it like a nice funky aroma. But I'm excited for this one actually. So let's pour this guy out and see what we're looking at. Got it in my 311 11.3 tulip style glass, but let's see how this guy looks in a glass. Oh yeah, this is definitely has a nice orangish yellow complexion. Look at that. Nice little amount of head. Definitely has a kind of creamy kind of color to it as well, like a creamy orange. But yeah, looks definitely getting a very, very strong like tart funk and like a guava flake smell in there. I feel like this one's going to be pretty tart just by that smell. It's tart on the smell, so if it's tart on the smell, you could definitely, I think it's going to be pretty tart on the flavor as well. But without further ado, let's give this guy a shot. So cheers, everybody. Oh yeah. Wow. Definitely a tart one. It's not as tart as some ones I've had, where this is definitely has a very strong passion fruit and guava taste to it. But it's a good amount of tartness. It's pretty decent on the tart scale, which I actually enjoy. It's pretty damn tart, but there's like a nice sweetness that kind of goes and mixes it with the tartness to kind of make it not so overwhelming. But yeah, that's pretty solid so far. Definitely has that guava funk kind of thing, where it's like that kind of tropical fruit always has like a weird kind of aroma to me, and it definitely gives like a very unique fruit flavor that comes from it. It's the passion fruit's also mixing in there with there really well, kind of adding like an extra element of sweetness, along with the vanilla and the lactose that they add in there to kind of give it that creamy mouthfeel as well. But overall, not bad at all. Not bad. On my tart scale, I think I'd give this a 3.75, almost a 4 out of 5 for tart. So it's pretty up there in tartness. But overall, you feel it on your lips, you feel it in your jaw with the tartness. But overall, it's very, very delicious. Definitely enjoying the flavors I'm getting out of this. It just hits you in the face with like tropical fruit sour flavors. Definitely like when you lick your lips a little bit, that tartness starts to come out a little bit more. So it's easily leaning on more of like the 4 out of 5 on tartness. But let's talk about this beer really quick and see what I'm getting, because I'm getting the strong guava and the passion fruit. The passion fruit's definitely adding like kind of like a sweetness for me, and then the guava's adding that like funk kind of very. But I don't know if the guava is going to give. I think the guava may be given more. Now that I think about it, is going to give more of like a creamier kind of sweetness, and that passion fruit might be adding the tartness. I might have had it mixed around a little bit, because now that it's sitting on my tongue a little bit more, yeah, that's where it's, because for the guava part that's hitting me is that smell and that aroma and that kind of like creamy feel with the lactose and the vanilla in there. That's where the guava is hitting me the most, but that tartness is like with that kind of sharp bite at the end, I think is coming from that passion fruit though. But yeah, it's solid. I'm a fan. But let's see what they have to say about this beer, because let's see what the actual profiles are. So lucky for people at Tavor, that where I got this from, Junkyard Brewing is all about gigantic proportions. They loaded this massive 750 ml can of super slush with a unbelievable amount of guava and passion fruit. They gave it seductive swirls of smooth vanilla and creamy lactose. Every sip of tangy sweetness of ripe passion fruit ebbs and flows around huge swells of tropical guava nectar that like a heavenly fruit cocktail. A hint of peach juice is also present, adding further complexity to the ambrosial liquid. Okay, so they add a little bit of peach in there. I think that might be adding a little bit of like an extra tartness too, if it's like a white peach. I feel like it'll add like a little bit of a natural tartness, but yeah. So I'm definitely getting the guava passion fruit flavors. It's definitely pretty solid on the tartness. But the vanilla, giving it like that creamy kind of mouthfeel, and the lactose is a nice kind of addition to it. I wouldn't. This is definitely not for beginners. Actually, I'm getting like that peach skin kind of mouthfeel along with it. That's interesting. Very, very interesting. Got like that peach fuzz kind of mouthfeel as well. But overall, I like it. I like it. It's probably not like, if it was, I guess it's almost getting to the point where it's a little bit too tart for me, but not too bad. It's definitely something that I'm gonna have to sip a little bit, just because when something is this high on the tart scale for me, it's hard to like take big like swigs of it. So let's see what Untapped has to say about this guy. I'm curious. So like I said before, this guy is a 6.4 ABV. So I would say what's in the lower to mid-range alcohol percentage on this guy. With over 347 different ratings, this guy has an average rating of 4.09 out of 5. Which is pretty good. People seem to like this one. So let's see what people are saying. Somebody gave it a 4. Somebody gave it a 4.5. Said they purchased it on Tavour. Somebody gave it a 4.5, who also purchased it on Tavour, saying another absolutely stellar beer from Junkyard. A beautiful blend of sweet and sour up front from the guava and passion fruit, with a tart finish, packed with fresh fruit, luscious and creamy from the lactose. Lovely color and a frothy head. 2 thumbs up. So this guy definitely liked it. Somebody gave it a 4.25. Got it from Tavour. Somebody gave it a 4. Somebody gave it a 4. 4.25. 4. 4. 4.25. Somebody gave it a 3.5. Not too sour, mainly tart. Great guava flavor. So, yeah, that's the kind of the people don't understand when it comes to the difference between tart and sour. Where like if you got like a barrel aged sour, to where it's going to be more of those like fermented sour flavors, other than the tart, which is it's just natural tart flavors from a fruit that you would usually have. So if maybe you had something with passion fruit, there's a natural tartness to it. So if you had a peach, there's a natural slight kind of tartness of a peach as well. But I'm definitely really enjoying the flavors I'm getting off this when it comes to the guava and the passion fruit. That peach, to me, at the end, I think is more of like a white peach, because I'm definitely getting that kind of peach fuzz kind of mouthfeel added with that creaminess with the lactose and the vanilla. But it's overall really, really solid. It's not too high on the tartness. It's I would say it's almost to the point of being too high, but not too high. It's teetering. But for me, this is something that I can sit back and enjoy for sure. This one's definitely not for beginners though, because on how tart it is. See, I have moments where my eyes start to squint a little bit because of the tartness of it, but let's see. Before we get into ratings here, you can find a bunch of stuff from Junkyard through Minnesota, like I said before, in like St. Paul and Minneapolis. You can find a lot of their stuff over there. This is not on their tap list right now, but they have another one of their slushy ones, so if you ever want to head over to Junkyard, they have at least one of their slushy sours on tap right now, so you can give those a try. But you can find them in Minnesota, North Dakota. You can even find some Junkyard over in Arizona, around the Phoenix area. So if you're near Phoenix and want to check out some stuff from Junkyard, check out some liquor stores in Phoenix. You might be able to find some near you. But let's start going down the ratings here. So, can art. I'm a big fan of the colors on this can art. I don't know, it gives me that very 90s reminisce of the dog with the slushy on there. This is stuff that I remember seeing when I was a kid. So it's cool kind of bringing back some memories of going to the local pantry and grabbing a slushy on a hot summer day. So that's cool. I like that. Definitely like the pink and the light blue on there. Definitely colors that would catch my eye at a liquor store or a bottle shop. So yeah, I'd give this solid. And plus, the dog is probably like one of my favorite things on this can art. Just the Junkyard dog hanging out. But I give this a solid 4 out of 5 on can art. I really like it. Really like, and they have like a pulpometer, so I guess it's a 4 out of 5 on the pulpometer for theirs. So towards the bottom of this can, it's going to be getting quite thick and pulpy, which I'm actually looking forward to because those bring out a lot more of like the natural fruit flavors as well. Let's just top this guy off. Why not? Yeah, but see, the more I'm pouring it, the more definitely that thicker kind of part of the liquid's coming out, and definitely giving a little bit more of like a haze slash smoothie kind of mouthfeel. Yeah, it's nice. I'm a fan. So let's see what my ratings are. I said 4 out of 5 for can art. And let's see. If I got this beer in a flight at Junkyard, would I get another one? I'm trying to think of some of the other sours I've had. I've had the cherry one. I've had the mango one. Out of all like the slushy ones I've had, this definitely has like more of like a tart kind of fruit funk with like that extra bite added to it. So it's definitely one of the more unique ones I've had from Junkyard. But yeah, I think I would get like probably one glass of this if I got in a flight and just enjoy it. Because out of the fruited sours that I've had from Junkyard, this definitely is the most unique. Just because of that like funky guava kind of. It's not a fermented like taste, but it's definitely like a unusual tropical fruit flavor that I'm not used to tasting, which is adding a really nice element to it. So yeah, I definitely get a glass of this if I got in a flight. So what is my final rating on this guy going to be? I'm glad that it didn't have the same experience with the last one I had from Junkyard, so that's really good. Don't have to worry about a can bursting on me when I'm opening it, so that's always a plus. Let's see. I like that it's lower EV. I like the fruit flavors of this. It's definitely not too tart, but it's almost too tart, so that might kind of affect my rating on there a little bit. If it was a little bit less tart, I might enjoy it a little bit more. But it's definitely still really solid. It's not overly insane when it's like gonna make your mouth pucker. So this is gonna be a tough one to rate. Let me think. I'd give this a solid 7.75 out of 10, I think. I enjoy it. I definitely recommend this if you're experienced with fruited sours and you're looking to kind of get something on the thicker end of a fruited sour where your tart tolerance is a little bit more up there. You probably would enjoy this one if you like something that's a little bit more on the tart side. This would definitely be one for you, I think. If you're a fan of Passionfruit and Guava, hell yes, this is one that will be right up your alley. Just because it's just a Passionfruit Guava slush bomb in your face. And it's delicious. It's, yeah, definitely the flavors are really good. This is definitely a nice summer beer. Something in a tropical like climate would be perfect, I think. So if it's hot out, this I feel like just would be the most refreshing thing you can have that day. Just because of how pungent those flavors are. But let's see. Got the can art rating. Got the flight. Let's see if I would get another one. We got a solid 7.75 out of 10. So, yeah, it's a solid beer. Big props to Junkyard for coming out with this one. It's definitely on the ballsier side of things just because on those funkier kind of fruit flavors that people might not be so accustomed to. People might be looking for more of a berry or kind of situation, but this is definitely a solid one. I enjoy it. So, guys, I think that is pretty much it. Got another beer done for you guys today. Really another solid one from Junkyard. So, if you're interested in finding anything from Junkyard, you can always sign up for Tavor and see if Tavor can be delivered to you. Their stuff pops up on Tavor all the time. So you can keep an eye out for that. They always have new releases that are dropping. And let's see. Or if you're in the Minneapolis or in the Moorhead area, if you want to go over to Junkyard, that'd be cool. Tell them I sent you. That'd be cool to see. They might come check out and see what the hell I'm doing. But that'd be really nice to see like people going over to breweries and kind of taking my recommendation to go over there and try some stuff. That'd be cool to kind of show that I'm trying to give these guys as much love as they deserve because they're coming out with fantastic brews. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. So, thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. I appreciate every single one of you. you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button on the way out. It would help me out a lot. And if you're new to the channel, you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe button as well, because it'll let you know whenever I go live. Along, if you're hitting that subscribe button, make sure to hit that notification bell as well. You'll get notified right around 4 o'clock every single day when my reviews are going up. And other than that, that is pretty much it. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Friday. Hope you guys have a really good, easy weekend. I know I'm going to be getting a couple beers done for you guys this weekend as well. So keep an eye out for that. I think those are going to be at 3 p.m. Central over the weekend, because that's what I just try to do on the weekend so I can have more time during the day to get stuff done. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. So thank you everybody for tuning in. You guys are awesome. And remember, if you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And cheers, everybody.